We often talk about how the government likes to throw in our face criminals, these terrorists. We got to get them. All this drug trafficking, all these bodies. And in the moment they get in custody, they say, all right, give us somebody else, we'll let you out of here. What? I thought you cared about the bodies and all of this. Nah, we'll give you 6 years. Don't matter how many bodies, depending on who you give us. If you snitch, we got this. Do they really care about those lost lives? Do they really care about the millions of addicted Americans that they talk about? They're willing to make a deal right away. I don't get the logic that we don't negotiate with terrorists. Meanwhile, they're making deals with the ones that they choose. The ones that they choose, you catch a pardon. Trump to pardon ex-Honduras leader serving U.S. sentence after drug trafficking conviction. November 28th, Reuters. President Trumpito said he will grant a pardon to former Honduras president Juan Orlando Hernandez, who is serving a 45-year prison sentence in the U.S. after his conviction on drug trafficking and firearms charges, even as the Republican leader casts himself as being tough on combating drug problems. I talked to him. He told me I was a good guy. I said, yeah, I think you're a good guy too. Real good guy. It's huge. In a post on Truth Social on Friday, Trumpito also reiterated his backing for Honduran presidential candidate Nasri Asfurra of the Conservative National Party and said if he doesn't win, the United States will not be throwing good money. Asfurra's party forged a close partnership with Washington under Hernandez, who governed from 2014 to 2022 and was arrested shortly after leaving office. A Manhattan jury found Hernandez guilty in March 2024 of accepting millions of dollars in bribes to protect U.S.-bound cocaine shipments belonging to traffickers he once publicly proclaimed to combat. Just like Trumpito claims to combat. But you get a deal, you get a deal, you get a deal, everybody gets a deal. Or we blow you up in the water. Whether we know who you are, what you're doing. Blow your ass up in the water. We don't care. If you're a fisherman, you can get it too. Poacher's bad. Yoma's bad. All these guys they did deals with, they're okay. This guy right here, he was bad until he realized he want to give him a deal, make a deal with him. He was sentenced in June last year and called his conviction wrongful. I will be granting a full and complete pardon to former President Juan Orlando Hernandez, who has been, according to many people that I greatly respect, treated very harshly and unfairly, Trump said in his post. Honduran election remains a toss-up. Hondurans go to the polls on Sunday to vote in an election that remains a toss-up, with polls showing Asfurra, the former mayor of the capital, I ain't saying that shit, Tegucigalpa, virtually tied with former Defense Minister Rixi Moncada of ruling leftist Libre Party and television host Salvador Nasrallah of the centrist Liberal Party. Honduras has been governed since 2021 by President Xiomara Castro, who has forged close ties with Cuba and Venezuela. This is Venezuela versus Trumpito. That's what this is. Two countries mired in deep economic and human rights crisis whose governments the Trump administration sees as dictatorships and has repeatedly criticized. Whichever candidate wins a simple majority on Sunday will govern Honduras between 2026 and 2030. This is no different than the Iran-Contra affair. This is no different than, the Sandinistas versus the Contras. This is America picking a side in the war for a stronghold that they need to keep a stronghold, or a stronghold that they didn't have that they'd like to have. Their beef right now is with Venezuela, hence the boats get blown up. So he's willing to give pardons to the guys on the other side of that aisle in the name of politics. They don't give a fuck about drug addicts. They don't give a fuck about drugs. They give a fuck about money and power. That's it. Period. So people need to miss me with the, I'm voting because he's going hard on criminals. I hear all these countries, we need a president like Trumpito. No, mommies.
No, mommies, wait.
He's no different than Sleepy Joe. No different than Bill Clinton. No different than Obama. No different than none of them. Reagan. None of them. Only one that was probably different, maybe Jimmy Carter, the peanut farmer. But from George Washington on, power and money. He's going hard on these drugs, and then they want to give their sob story. I got drug addicts in my family. Don't we all? Do I believe Trumpito gives a shit about them? No. None of these politicians do. It's who I need to win this, to keep whatever I need to keep. That's it. That's the game. Whichever candidate wins a simple majority on Sunday will govern Honduras between 2026 and 30. Some political analysts fear more than one candidate could claim victory. The Organization of American States and Washington have raised concerns about Honduras' electoral process and said they are monitoring the election closely. Stop with the fantasizing that these politicians give a shit about me or you. They do not. All right? You could be the most gruesome of dictators. You could be the most gruesome of power-yielding monster. And if you got the power to get them something they need, they will forgive your transgressions. They will forgive anything that you've done. So when they're telling you, oh, we're going after them for this, because we got to get them for America, cut the bullshit, man.
No mommy's wake.
That's it. Keep the jails and prisons full. Full of pot dealers. Full of people that shouldn't be in jail. Meanwhile, there's motherfuckers outside that are setting people on fire that has 72 arrests for the same silly shit, and they getting away with it. Please, stop letting these politicians fool you, man. This shit's a lie. Oh, we got a hard line on drug crimes, on drug routes. This is all just chess. World chess. I need them to win. I don't care what he did. How many people got skinned, who got boiled, don't matter to me. We're going to make a deal with him. He's worthy. He said nice things about me. He gets a pardon. Pardon for you, pardon for you, pardon for you. Don't you only got a certain amount of pardons? I wrote an executive order at the beginning of this shit. Give me all the pardons I want. Huh? They want Venezuela, right? There was an ousted president who went to jail for taking bribes, for protecting routes. What happened? Trumpito said, well, I need Venezuela. We're going to get this guy out of jail. But, sir, he brought huge amounts of rugs into this country. Doesn't matter. He's a good man now. I believe he's rehabilitated.
This is America.
Prison industrial complex and the military industrial complex. Things that JFK warned us about. Things that Eisenhower warned us about in his last speech. We don't listen. Not good listeners. But I'm just tired of people believing that they're genuine when they say that they give a shit about this rug problem. The product is simply a means to an end. How can we get these people under our control and get them to do what we need them to do? Or we lock them up for the shit that's getting them their extra money, and then we leverage them to go do for us what we need them to do. Let me tell you something. Trumpito pardons him. He becomes the leader of Venezuela. Trumpito has his way with him. It's just the game. If anybody's trying to say that it's anything else, you are disingenuous. So Trumpito, shut your ass up and keep it moving. This guy right here, he's been forgiven of his sins. How many of these even low-level or mid-level sicarios and dealers and this and that have gone and gotten deals? So those bodies didn't mean nothing.